Hey dear audience, welcome to TheRoughCuts, and this is the second video in the series in which I go through my cinematic blind spots. Last time I reviewed City of God, which was allegedly the 19th best movie of all time, and today I'm going to review It's a Wonderful Life, which is allegedly the 28th best movie of all time. Before I saw this movie, I had a few preconceived notions about it. First off is that it's a very American movie about the American dream and the American way of life, and it's directed by Frank Capra, who I know to be a Republican and an anti-communist and a huge believer in the American dream. I also knew that it was a Christmas movie and that it was kind of a reworking of A Christmas Carol with the whole theme of what would happen if you would have never been born. And I was surprised to see that almost none of these preconceived notions were true. I've been avoiding this movie mainly because I have assumed that I would have not enjoyed it. What I think this movie is more than anything is a very sentimental critique of capitalism, which is kind of the complete opposite of what I was expecting. This movie tells the story of a man named George Bailey who is planning to kill himself, and is told from the point of view of an angel, this kind of lovable buffoon of an angel who lives up in the clouds and wants to get wings, and to do that he has to save a human life. He goes through the entire history of George Bailey's life and tells how he has been good to his community and to the people around him, and he has gotten nothing in return. And that goes on telling the story of his life for 2 acts, and then in the third and final act of the movie, the angel comes down to earth and he demonstrates to James Stewart how the world would have been if he would have never lived. Possibly the biggest surprise to me was the fact that this really is not a Christmas movie in any way. Part of it takes place during Christmas, but it doesn't really relate to any Christmas themes beyond the vague A Christmas Carol parallel. I did not anticipate this, but I fell deeply in love with this movie. It's very sentimental, and it's not subtle in any way, but it's basically a very thorough and very heartfelt story of how bad things happen to good people, and how the greatest thing in life is to have friends and to have people to share your life with. So obviously, since this was made in 1947, I think, and obviously since this movie was made in 1947, I think, it's kind of outdated. There are a lot of jump cuts and very big performances, but I think that's kind of the charm, because this movie could not have been made today, at least not close to as well. And in a way, a lot of movies like this are being made, movies about how it's always better to be in a small town than be in the big city, and it's always important to be a part of your community and be good to the people around you, but usually it feels kind of flat and fake. So I will reward this movie with a 9 out of 10 rating, and I will probably see it again a bunch of times.